Earthquakes, tornadoes, tsunamis, all large-scale natural disasters. But a new exhibition in the gallery at Cal IT2 on the UC San Diego campus asks visitors to consider catastrophes of a different, much quieter sort. The exhibition, Silent Zone, Ethical Intrusions in Aesthetic Behavior, explores forms of communication and networking developed by marginalized and peripheral communities such as those affected by climate change, border disputes, and life behind bars.
There's a problem in contemporary art that is, well, from that particular point of view, the institutional point of view, it seems that art is like self-contained, you know, it's like a self-dialogue. The problem is that it doesn't seem that, you know, the art institution is conscious that art exists in the real world, you know. It has relationships with the rest of the world.
José Antonio Vega Macotela is one of the artists featured in the new exhibition. Also on display, works by Balboa and Laboratorio 060, an interdisciplinary artist collective that includes Lourdes Morales and Javier Toscano. All the artists are from Mexico, but all touch on the subject of technology in an era of globalization.
We have been focusing as a culture, as a Western culture, we have been focusing on the latest technology, the latest gadgets, and all that kind of stuff that's been produced, like the latest thing, the new things. But everything that lags behind is like a world that was not developed. Like technology brings dreams with it. So every technology that goes out of date, so to speak, it leaves dreams behind. So what are these dreams talking about? What are these kind of small worlds saying?
According to curator Karla Villegas, who is based in Mexico City, rather than exposing the problems facing marginalized communities, technology actually excludes them, creating the silent zone of the exhibition's title. And that exclusion, she says, leads to the emergence of other technologies, other forms of knowledge. As Vega says, when I begin to think about an exhibition in a gallery allocated specifically to digital art, I try to present other kinds of approaches to technology, works where its practitioners make the link between art and ethics evident. So I think that the three pieces I chose are the embodiments of this idea or concept. The Silent Zone exhibition includes Time Divisa, a ceramic tile relief installation that replicates in miniature the main wall of the Santa Marta Acatitla prison in Mexico City. The artist José Antonio Vega Macotela also contributed The Wind Blows Where It Wants to, a series of dialogues with inmates of the Mexican prison. As Villegas puts it, Macotela's piece puts forward some issues that have been at the forefront of digital art, mainly interactivity and how it is portrayed as a feature on iPads, iPhones, Kindles, etc., where we know that there is not an interchange of experiences or senses. This work belongs to a series called Time Divisa, and it is the interchange number 61 of 365. Its ceramic tiles are the symbolic trace of an inmate traveling the walls of a prison. Contrary to the usual aesthetic experience, the public must touch the tiles among the context of the exhibition. This analogical piece talks about those notions cherished by digital art, such as telepresence, ubiquity, and interactivity. Its translation is not only interactive, but also sensory.
I'm interested in working in these little models that at the same time that can work as, let's call it activism, they can work as metaphors, you know, like this, that I did this because I was researching about economy and about how money is a social representation of time, of objective time, you know, thinking in terms of minutes, seconds, of weekends, of vacations. For me, time is different. Time is subjective. Time happens in different ways if you are in love, if you are angry, if you hate, you know, if you're old, if you are a baby, you know. For each one of us, time is different. That's why I can call that as a motivation.
Laura Balboa's installation, .tv, refers to the top-level internet domain country code for the islands of Tuvalu in the South Pacific. Her work uses projection and LCD displays to visualize the islands as a country in danger of disappearing, of being submerged due to ecological decay and global warming.
I think the user has to realize themselves about what is going on, to see like the deep information about this global warming thing about the country of Tuvalu. It's in in the South Pacific. So I think the interaction itself can orient the user to search and to get the right information that anyone can, like, with a little bit of time, get from the internet. But with all this media and all this whole information that we have with the television, it's very difficult to see what is going on, really going on in the world.
The Mexican art collective Laboratorio 060 is represented by Frontera, an interactive display of sounds and narratives based on situations along the border between Tijuana and San Diego. For their piece, Morales and Toscano interviewed illegal immigrants who have been deported to Mexico and remain in Tijuana because they lack money or the proper paperwork to return to their city or country of origin. They also interviewed illegal immigrants in San Diego who lack the proper paperwork and are constantly on the run from authorities.
With all the immigrants that we work with, they are willing to tell a lot of stories. So that is like how to create narratives, how to give them a sense, a meaning in a different way, and how to make them even like get hold of their own lives, no? Like how to empower them with not only with the narratives, but also like we're trying to develop some devices where they can get some other tools to make their lives a little bit easier. It's not to solve the issue, but it's to use like aesthetic developments in a different way so that they can get hold of that and then use it in a regular basis.
So we are, you know, like confronting these two situations which are part of the same problem, and we are also like trying to localize this in a map that we are projecting in the floor of the gallery. And above of this projection, we have these 4 speakers, and they are 4 because we are somehow emulating a way to communicate in the south frontier of Mexico. They use these speakers to communicate, you know, like I don't know, the news, or that somebody is looking for somebody else or so. And they point these speakers to the north, to the south, to the east, and to the west. No, so we are somehow, you know, like minimizing this as a way of communicating as technology or as a primary technology, in order to conform like this kind of mass media, or very primary also mass media, and how this massive way of communicating reflects also like what people are thinking.
The gallery at Cal IT2 is part of the interdisciplinary California Institute for Telecommunications and Information Technology at UC San Diego. Silent Zone is the gallery's spring exhibition. It runs through June 8th and is open to the public from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday on the first floor of UCSD's Atkinson Hall.